the Jewish people you read about in the Bible are the same Israel and the Jewish people today. The story of Israel and the Jewish people didn't end when they stopped writing books of the Bible. When God called Abraham in Genesis 12, he made an everlasting covenant with him and his descendants. His descendants became the nation of Israel, or the Jewish people. The Bible is a detailed account of the hardships they faced, believing God to fulfill his promise to Abraham. Even when they were scattered to all corners of the earth, after the days of the Bible, the Jewish people held to the hope that God would be faithful to them and bring them back to Israel and Jerusalem. For thousands of years, every year, they would pray next year in Jerusalem as a declaration of faith that God is able. In 1948, they finally achieved that hope and became their own people in their own land. This should encourage all Christians everywhere that the God of Israel is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
How much of Gaza has Israel destroyed? The Israel Defense Forces have now started their latest offensive on Gaza City. For Palestinians there and across the Strip, the land is now almost entirely uninhabitable. Almost all of Gaza is either controlled by the Israeli military or subject to its evacuation warnings. Most of the remaining population now lives within this small area. Much of Gaza has been flattened. Satellite imagery reveals the scale of the destruction. A UN agency identified damage to more than 190,000 buildings. That's 70% of Gaza's pre-war structures. This destruction has left vast amounts of rubble across Gaza, an estimated 53.5 million tons. The World Bank reckons all this translates to roughly 300,000 homes damaged or destroyed, 62% of Gaza's total. The damage to Gaza isn't only from Israeli airstrikes. Israeli forces have used demolitions and bulldozers to destroy residential areas. The IDF has said it only destroys buildings out of military necessity in its fight against Hamas. But there is ample evidence to suggest otherwise. One objective appears to be to create a military buffer zone along Gaza's border. These videos were posted on social media by an IDF soldier. They show the controlled destruction of entire neighborhoods. They were reportedly taken in Ghaza'a, a town in southern Gaza. By July 2025, it was completely flattened. If a permanent buffer zone is created and residents are unable to return, Israel's actions would amount to ethnic cleansing. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said it is not Israel's policy to settle Gaza.
We don't want to stay in Gaza, that's not our purpose.
But some of the Prime Minister's powerful allies have not hidden their desire to ethnically cleanse the territory.
צה"ל ממשיך עוד לטהר ולהפוך כל אבן ולהשמיד תשתיות. האזרחים העזתים מרוכזים בדרום, מיואשים לחלוטין, מבינים שאין שם תוחלת ואין מה לחפש בעזה, ומחפשים רילוקיישן להתחיל חיים חדשים במקומות אחרים.
People in Gaza have begun thinking the unthinkable. A survey conducted in May by a leading Palestinian pollster found that 43% of residents would be willing to emigrate at the end of the war. That's striking because Palestinians have a well-grounded fear that if they do manage to leave, Israel will never let them return. Israel's actions in Gaza are leaving Palestinians there with an impossible choice: be forced out or fight to survive in a place that's almost entirely uninhabitable.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Kol Laila, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS for the 100% truth and doctrine that label and rule way in triple sincerity. And shalom to the whole elect on the four corners of the earth that's also pushing this truth. That's labor and ruler way in triple sincerity. To you, I want to say shalom. This is Brother Nakab coming back with another edifying lesson, Lord willing. As you can see, I put two video clips up in the beginning. First one, this nigga woman just talking out our ass and saying that the 1948ers are the real people over there in the Holy Land, which we already know they're not. I made many videos of it, and different brothers in the truth have made videos on it proving that they're not. But just another video to edify, You know, 'cause just in case we get new people, I know somebody might come up past the video and watch it. So why not take the opportunity? And yeah, and I got that from the brother Hopeful Elect 3. His channel, he posts a lot of good short clips like that to make videos of. So the water for that brother, you know, he find those clips and post it, you know, and I just take advantage of it and go ahead and make a video on it. Why not? And the second video is showing you the destruction that the small hats really do over there. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what they are. They are the fucking devil. And then it reminds me of these scriptures right here. Now I got a couple of precepts proving that they're not the true people in the Holy Land. You know? So this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fearful longing from them all the day long, and there should be no might in thy hand. So as you can see, the small hats over there have a military. You see what I'm saying? And they're taking over Gaza as we speak. You see what I'm saying? And Benjamin was not whom is a fucking liar talking about he doesn't really want anything from over there. No, yes you do. You want the whole Gaza Strip, and that's what you're doing. You're forcing those Palestinians out of their land so they can't return. You're the goddamn devil. So I read to you that, so because these are the curses, and you see in my notes, the true Hebrew Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled birds scattered abroad, because we look like all nations. So it is some jakes over there also still in the Holy Land. And Jewish is not a religion. It's another false religion. They don't even follow the Messiah or the Heavenly Father. They don't even have the true names, you see what I'm saying? But you see, and she was also a damn wacky-tacky Christian, so you can't hold on against her. So as you say that, we will not have no might in our hands. So as I said, we don't have no army, no nuclear weapons, you know, because we at the bottom. And Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 43. The stranger that is within, they shall get above thee very high, and they shall come down very low. And guess what? You know, who's very high and who's very low? You know, Esau. You know, just like Job, book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The word is given to the hands of the wicked to cover the face of the judges thereof. Who is he? And the small hats, which is the Jewish people, they own the music industry, they own actors, they own banks, they own a lot of stuff, man. So, you know, they don't line up with the prophecies. You know, anybody fucking Ray Charles can see that, you see what I'm saying? And like I said, you just keep moving on. It's just so many precepts. The curses just make sense. Deuteronomy 28, verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and they shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. So basically, you know, as you can see in my notes, who owned the banks? We don't own no banks. If we did own a bank back in the day, it was burnt down, just like all the black towns. It was flooded, burnt down. Because, you know, not only that, you know, these Edomites despise us, but it's just the curses. You're not supposed to have anything in this society because we'll be disobedient to the Heavenly Father. It keeps going on. Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall be upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because they hearken not unto the voice of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. They have power to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded. So the curses is upon us. And hey, I can just keep going down right here. Deuteronomy 20, verse 20, chapter 20, verse 46, Salakia. And they should be upon thee for a sign and wonder, and upon thy seed for forever. So you can see who are the true Hebrew Israelites, who the curses is upon. You see what I'm saying? It's us. Now, everybody have struggled, but nobody struggled like you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you Seminole Native Americans also. You see what I'm saying? You know, we are the sign of wonder. We don't have no might in our hand. We are very low. You know, the enemy is very high. We in captivity. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep going. We got that's Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. The word of Isaiah the son of Amish concerning Judah and Jerusalem. It shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's Yahweh Bashem Yahushua house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and above all nations shall flow into it. And that mountain means the government. So the government body, the tabernacle of David is being built right now as we speak, as a new Jerusalem. And Lord willing that, I'm part of those men. You see what I'm saying? Because this is going to be the new government body, the 144 elect, underneath Yahweh King David. And they real true men of the Lord. Why are the tribes not there? Because all the tribes supposed to be there. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to keep on moving on Isaiah 2 and 3. And many people should go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the house of the Most High of Jacob. He would teach us of his ways. We will walk in his paths. Out of Zion should go forth the law and the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations. He shall rebuke many people, and they should beat their swords and plowshares, and their spears and pruning hooks. Nations should not lift up their sword against nation, neither they should learn war anymore. So basically, every nation around the world, when it said that they should beat their swords and the plowshares and their spears and pruning hooks, every nation put money into their military for might, for war, just in case, right? But when the real Hebrew Israelites go back over there, it'll be no more war. It said neither shall they learn war anymore. It looks like to me in the second video, they still doing war. You got missiles, you got nukes. It will be no more nukes and missiles once Yahweh shall come back and establish his kingdom. All right? And it'll be no more chaos. It'll be peace on earth and righteousness, So this is Daniel 2 and 44. In the days of these kings, shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces to consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. That's when Yahweh shall come back and take his elect back to the Holy Land, and that's what's going to happen, man. And we're going to be in rulership over everything, man. We're going to be able to fear nothing else. So let's keep going. Therefore I will save my flock, and they should no more be a prey, and I will judge between cattle and cattle. And I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David. That's King David. And he shall feed them, and he should be their shepherd. So where's King David over there, huh? Since he claims that they're the real people, no, they are small hats. They are 1948ers, like you said. They are not the real chosen people of the Heavenly Father. And now the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, will be their power. My servant David, a prince among them. The Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, has spoken. So all the nations supposed to be back in the Holy Land, and Yahweh and King David supposed to be there. And then we're supposed to be in a new covenant also. And I'll make with them a covenant of peace. It will cause the evil beast to cease out of the land, and they shall dwell safer in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. So all the animals will be at peace with us. We'll be on top of the kingdom now. You see what I'm saying? Lions, bears, tigers, even snakes won't harm us, or our children either. Because, we will have control underneath that. They'll know better. But for the heathens, they'll still attack the heathens. And continuing on. Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 26. And I will make them and the places round about my hill a blessing, and I will cause the shower to come down in his season, and there be showers, and there shall be showers of blessings. So basically, we're gonna be blessed with 100 times more, starting with the elect. Yahweh said in Matthew 19 and verse 28. A moment here. Because the kingdom is going to be way more beautiful than that. what it look like is right now. So I'm going to start with 29, get straight to the point. And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or fathers or mothers or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first should be last, and the last should be first. So, like I just read to you, they are very high, we are very low. So we're going to be first in the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be on earth, as I explained in my last video. And where was I? I could just keep going over down. How about I just finish it out? Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 27. And the tree of the field shall yield her fruit, and the earth shall yield her increase, and they shall be safe in their land, and shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Roshai, when I have broken the bands of their yoke, and delivered them out of the hand of those that serve themselves of them. So they supposed to be safe in the Holy Land. Just recently, they went into it with Iran, right? The so-called small hats, the people over there in the Holy Land. So you're supposed to be at peace. No more wars. I just read to you. So clearly it look like they're still at war, because that video was 2 days ago. They posted on the economic mess on that channel of them blowing up stuff in Israel. Blowing up stuff in Gaza and forcing them out their land. So, you're supposed to be at peace. So that don't seem like it's peace to me. And they should no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beasts of the land devour them, but they should dwell safely, and none should make them afraid. So they're supposed to be safe. So why do they need military? Why do they need nukes? Why are they invading the Gaza Strip? Why are they shooting missiles at Iran? Why are they, doing all these things? Because they are the goddamn devils over there, man. They don't line up with prophecy. See, now one time I said anything about color nothing. We talking about prophecy. They don't line up with the prophecy. Simple as that. And let me see. I think hit on the main points. Oh yeah, let's hit on this actually, on Jeremiah. Ezekiel 39. I just read it then, huh? I read that. Salakia. I started at 26. Yeah, I just read that. So let's start with Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 18. In those days the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for inheritance to their fathers. So the land of the north is what? Is great as America, which is known as Great Babylon, Mystery Egypt. You see what I'm saying? This is the land of the north. And Judah and Israel is a northern and southern kingdom. You see what I'm saying? And they will be together, Mainly the elect will come together first. You see what I'm saying? When Yahweh shall return back in them chariots. You see what I'm saying? And then the land that was given to our fathers was Jerusalem. And that we're not over there yet. You see what I'm saying? Because Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So this is Jeremiah 23, verse 5. Behold, the day said the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Roshai, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and the king shall reign, prosper, shall execute judgment just in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby they shall call the Lord Yahweh Bashem Roshai our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Roshai, that they should no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but Lord liveth, Yahweh Bashem Roshai, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all the countries whither I have driven them, and they should dwell in their own land. So the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom are supposed to be together in Yahweh in King David. At the same time, the Holy Land, there should be no more war. It should be peace peace, and they shouldn't be afraid of anything. You see what I'm saying? In the North Country, who's in the North Country right now? We are the children of the captive. You see what I'm saying? How much you got left? And let's keep going. Jeremiah 17, verse 4. And not even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I give thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which knowest not. For ye have kindled on fire my anger, which shall burn forever. So yeah, that's going back to the curses, Deuteronomy 28:68. You should in 46. So that happened. We still serving our enemy to this day. I ain't seen them over there. They don't serve nobody. They live in large over there. They live with the fatness of the earth. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why we would discontinue from a heritage because we want to keep on the commandments, and the statutes. And it said that in Deuteronomy 28, verse 43, I believe. Let's go back up. Because the curse that came upon us, 45. You see what I'm saying? So the curse came upon us. So he did. So that's why we didn't know who we were for all these years. And now the Great Awakening happening, and now we know who we are. Because in Baruch chapter 2, verse 32. Let's get that. So this is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse. I'm gonna start at 30. For I knew they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they should remember themselves. So wait. So hold on. If they are the real Hebrew Israelites, the most chosen people, why would they need to remember themselves? Just I read to you in Jeremiah 17:4, because we was exiled from the Holy Land. You see what I'm saying? We was cut off from our heritage for being disobedience. But now the Heavenly Father gave us a mediator, which is Yahweh Shai, to get back to the Heavenly Father. You see what I'm saying? Continuing on. And shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, their power. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they should praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. And see, and we know we got the true names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. We still in captivity. We'll leave captivity. We'll only come out of captivity until Yahweh Shai come and the curse will be lifted off. That's in Revelation 22, I believe. All you people talking about, you could beat the curses. That's not true. It's right here. Revelation 22, verse 3. And there should be no more curses, but the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb should be in it, and His servants should serve Him. So once Yahweh Shai come back, the curses will be off us, man. Okay? So we still need the curses until Yahweh Shai come back. So finishing Baruch chapter 2, verse 33. And return from their stiff neck and their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they should be the lords of it. And I will increase them, and they should not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they should be my people. And I will no more drive my people out of Israel, out of the land that I have given them. So right there, that's a cut right there to the argument. Because right now, the Israelites is not going to go back to the Holy Land until Yahweh Shai come back, man. And I can end it right there. And it's so many more I could go into. But yeah, I'm going to end it right there, So, because why not? But, Lord willing, you find this lesson edifying. You got a point. A little short, quick lesson to hit on the 1-2. You see what I'm saying? Because, there's this clarification.